Hello my friends and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, July 8th and welcome to weekly weigh-in number 3. And for those of you who have been following my weekly weigh-ins, you will know that this number 3 weigh-in is about 3 weeks late. Life kind of got in the way of me making my videos and I had intended to post week 3 when it was supposed to go up, but then my computer broke, my keyboard broke, my numbers stopped working. And I didn't realize how often I use the stupid number keys until you don't have the number keys to use anymore. And so it was one of those situations where I couldn't even restart my computer because my password has numbers in it, and if the keyboard still didn't work, there would be no way for me to get into my computer. So I took it to the Genius Bar and they had to send it out, and it took several days. It was like a Monday and I didn't get it back until Thursday, and then I had to start packing for a vacation. I know. Excuses, excuses, excuses. But the point is, I've been really busy and this is the first week I've been back in town with my camera and my computer in weeks. So here we are, week 3 weigh-in, and today I wanted to talk to you briefly about how frequently you weigh in. I want you to let me know, how often do you step on the scale during the week? Because I was always under the philosophy of you should weigh in once a week and that's it, because your weight fluctuates day to day, blah, 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 blah. All of these reasons, it just makes perfect sense to weigh in once a week, right? Well, I was road tripping for my vacation and I drove 15 hours all by myself to South Carolina. And in order to preoccupy myself, I had a couple of audiobooks on my iPad, and one of them is called The Diet Trap Solution. And I will put the name of the authors here because I can't remember them off the top of my head, but basically the concept of this was it works with any diet, and it's ways out and mental strategies and things you can do to help yourself get out of diet traps that so many of us, no matter what program we're doing, be it our own or Weight Watchers or Atkins or whatever, we fall into these diet traps and it ultimately ends up leading us to failure or setbacks. Well, the book is, I'm not finished yet, but the book is full of some really useful information and just things that you think about or things that you don't think about. That's what I meant to say. So it's things that obviously happen to you, and as I've been listening to it, I'm like, oh yeah, that applies to me too. Huh. But one thing that they said in this book was you should weigh yourself every day. And at first I out loud in my car, I'm like, oh nuh-uh, that is wrong. And then I continued to listen to their reasoning. And their reasoning why we should weigh ourselves every day was the same as the reasons that most of us don't weigh ourselves every day, and it's because of the weight changes. So here was the philosophy behind weighing yourself every day. When you weigh yourself every day, you can kind of see where the fluctuations happen, but you can also get a general idea of your progress. If your weight goes up every single day, a red flag might go up that you're doing something not quite right for your body. But if your scale's going down, 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 even a minuscule amount, 0.2, whatever the smallest amount that your scale can weigh. The point is it's going down, and then it spikes up a pound one day and you're like, but I was perfectly on plan. It might be a little signal that says, hey, it's okay, I'm just bloated today, or your period is coming, or you ate too much salt last night. You know what I'm saying? And the reason that I bring up this topic is because it perfectly applies to my weigh-in this week. I hopped on the scale yesterday, Thursday, just to see where I was at. I was finally home and ready to see what the vacation damage was. I went to a friend's wedding, which was a lot of eating out and eating, fun food. I road tripped there, the wedding was in South Carolina. I road tripped down to Florida. I spent a week with my in-laws, and most of the time when we're there, we eat out almost every night for dinner. And I think we did that all except once, maybe twice, but I think really only once. And because that's just their lifestyle, and that's totally fine, but it really contradicts the lifestyle that my husband and I have going at home. And so while I was able to control some things during the day, and if you follow me on Instagram, you will have seen that I actually made specific posts that were like, when you're on vacation, you should enjoy yourself, which I totally agree with. I wasn't lying. But I tried to control things when I could, so I had a very standard breakfast of egg whites one day, or I had a lot of fruit, or I had my typical wrap for lunch a couple times. And it was all about the balance and not depriving myself of the enjoyment of going out at night with my family, which was fine. But I knew I had eaten more than I should have, and I knew I was off track, and I didn't work out a single day while I was on vacation. Not a single day. I got my activity goal, yes, but that was from shopping and this and that and doing errands. We did a lot of things, but none of it was an intentional workout. So I didn't work out, I ate out almost every night, and I just kind of wasn't really tracking. I tracked most of the stuff that I could track, but you know how things go. So when I got home, I was like, oh, this is going to be so very bad. So it took me a couple of days. Oh, and then the 4th of July happened. Yeah, on top of everything else, the 4th of July happened. So yesterday was the day I was like, all right, let's just get this over with, see what the damage was, and I hopped on the scale. Same time as I do every morning, right after I get up and go to the bathroom in the morning. And the number did not change. I was like, no way. I didn't lose any weight, and I wasn't expecting to. I was expecting to be up like 3 pounds. And the number did not move. I had gained and lost 0. I was so excited. I'm like, this is great. So then yesterday happened. And yesterday I was running errands with my dad because he had surgery and cannot drive. So I got to drive him around yesterday. And for lunch, we stopped at Portillo's, which is a Chicago institution. And while I got a salad, I got my favorite salad, which is the Southwest barbecue salad. I also picked up a piece of their chocolate cake, which is so darn good. And since it was World Chocolate Day, I was like, I'm gonna have a piece of this cake. It's not something I have all the time. It's only when I go to Portillo's, which is once in a blue moon. So I had the piece of cake. So yesterday, while I ate relatively on track, I did great at breakfast. I made myself a dinner that I knew what the points were. It was a little bit carb heavy, but it was still within my plan. It was the middle meal and the piece of cake that really botched things up. And today, on my official weigh-in day, I get on the scale and I'm up 1.5 pounds. Yesterday, I was at 0, and now I'm up 1.5 pounds. And I would be more upset about this. I did record it. I punched it in my little weigh-in tracker because Friday is in fact my weigh-in day, and so technically it looks like I had a really bad week. But yesterday, 24 hours prior to when I had that awful weigh-in, I was fine. I was 0. So it made me sit there and think, maybe there actually is something to this weigh-in every day thing. What do you think? Let me know. Let me know what you think about this entire topic in the comments below. And yeah, because I'm curious. I think just at least for this next week, this is, you know, fresh day, clean slate day on Weight Watchers. I'm going to weigh in every day this week just to see if it does anything to me mentally, if it helps me, if it hurts me, and I'll report back next week, I guess, because I'm really curious now, because I've lived under the impression that that is bad, that we shouldn't do that, and now, thanks to this one book, I'm reconsidering. So, there's that. So that is my weekly weigh-in. I'm trying to decide if there's anything else interesting I have to tell you. Hit the little subscribe button down there because, I don't remember where it is, because tomorrow I have a favorites video going up, and that favorites video contains a Weight Watchers friendly treat type product that I think a lot of you will enjoy for summer. It's high in protein, it's fat free, and it's pretty delicious. So go ahead and hit the subscribe button so you can see that video tomorrow. And that's all I have to say about that. Go ahead and comment below, not only to let me know what you think about the weighing in everyday thing, but let me know how your journey is going. There have been so many of you commenting on my weekly weigh-in videos and starting to build that community that I'm really striving for on Diva and the Divine, and I love it. So comment below, let me know how it's going. Did you learn a new tip or trick this week? I want to know about it because I want to create this arsenal of tools for all of us to use together. Thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you in my next video. Take care, guys. Bye.